big one is Friday. Then there's the
Well,
Kegel
if you're
on
playing
March
it
1st. But I gotta come to yours
flat,
because I can't remember.
Yeah.
They're all.
You're gonna
Good
see
old-
the same way you
Which
treat
was the
the
best? No, they were the best.
But.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of this. Not really. I'm almost like. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, what's your name? Oh.
We've got two guys who are.
Okay.
How are you?
Yeah.
Remember here, and I don't.
Good to meet you.
No,
But then you don't figure out the phone.
But then you have to pull out the right piece.
Yeah.
The little box.
Well, that's a problem. They play it.
If that starts at noon.
Yeah. On,
Thank you.
on the song. On the actual chords,
Yeah.
they're gonna, I mean, we worked with a harp player on a song. And once we figured out.
I'm a city.
Yeah. I played both. We own, I have lunch.
Are we 5 and 4 here, Al? What's that? It's 5 and 4. What? This area. We 5, is this district 5? Oh, with the short center? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, you're part of it. Yeah. But still, I live in Taylor. But it's also a little bit of. Right, yes, right. What is part of the county? County is right across the street. No, I'm talking about here. It's also Jackie Comfort is also part of town. We did it already. Yeah. David of Arts, I remember my district on it. I've got it. Like, right, but it's not voting. No, it's not, you vote at large, you vote at every commission, but every commissioner, they just wanted to be sure that every area was represented. But that. Boy, yeah. Right, they don't have to be consecutive. They need 2 years, that's it. Some, yeah, Debbie had like 2 more years. Right. Pete was just, you have another term plus. No, it's same time
I
Debbie.
remember his name.
Because remember that the person who was voted in resigned. That's So I right. didn't come in until 21,
Brother-in-law.
but I'm still part of the 2020.
And
hopefully you next year. Well, yeah, it's just takes turns. Well, they elect them mayor and represent
Yes.
signing
No.
documents running. Not really.
How you doing? Too.
My cheat sheet. Signing. Remember who was there? Thank you for coming. Okay, are we ready? Karen, are you ready? Karen, are you ready? Once you step in there, over here, or, I don't know.
So pretty much I can just
direct it wherever. I'm keeping it right on you for now, just to start it, and then,
Okay. How am I gonna? I don't want you back. Well, maybe I'll. So why don't you go over there? I'll go over there. Yeah, I don't know what to do everything. All right,
good to go.
are we good to go?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're gonna get started. This is called casual, and believe me, it is casual conversations with Commissioner White. It's something that I plan on doing every month, third Tuesday of the month with a different focus. Last month was War Mineral Springs. And today it's cultural experiences in Northport. What do we have? What do we need? What would people like to see? And that's why I invited various people to be here to share in what they do culturally for Northport, and also how maybe things can be moved further along. And we do have some musical entertainment as well, but wanted to introduce Karen, who's the president of the Northport Arts Center Board, because we are coming to you live from the vivacious, vibrant Northport Arts Center. In yeah. But Karen?
Well, welcome. to our humble abode. I don't know, have any of you been here before?
No, I've never been here before.
Pardon me?
He's here every day.
All right. That's great, that's great. Well, we have a gallery, as you can see. We have adult and children's classes available, workshops, and we're growing. And I don't know, anybody have any questions about anything? I'd be happy to
Well,
answer.
what is it, where is this place located? Right. What's
We
the
are
address?
The Northport Arts Center at 5950 Sam Shackles Way, Northport, Florida. Our phone number is 423. Didn't expect this.
6460.
6460. Oh, my Lord.
And you have a
It's been
website,
long
right?
day. Our website is northportartscenter.org.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you can go on the website and see everything that the Northport Arts Center is doing and everything that it's offering.
That's right, it's great.
We have remote art galleries around town. We're at the Senior Center, we're at the City Hall, we're at Caldwell Banker, and we're at the Welland Park Welcome Center. We change the art out about every 3 months at all these centers. And now Caldwell next month, I don't have the exact date, we'll be having the 30th. We'll be having a open house over there, a
Oh.
reception for them.
Okay.
We just had a reception at the Welland Park Welcome Center a couple of weeks ago, which was a great turnout. And we usually have 3 artists in house. We have one on the wall. They have a cart, and that's usually either pottery or jewelry. And then Louis Bistro, which is the cafe, has artwork on the walls there. So we're spreading our wings out there.
Now,
And
where is Louis Bistro?
it's attached to the Welcome Center. It's attached to.
Oh,
There
okay.
used to be
Yeah.
Okay.
Cafe.
Yeah,
Cool place.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, so
We also do it at the gallery, and Karen Fosterio will be
in
on
the
artist
gallery, the new gallery up on. Princeton Center. So yes, I will be up there.
Okay.
Which gallery is that?
It's called the gallery. It's assisted living.
Oh.
It's in the City Hall complex, yeah. All right.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting. Anyway.
Places is good.
Pardon me?
Art in public places.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We also have at the library, they have a piece in there. And we have smaller pieces. We'll have jewelry or pottery or smaller paintings in there. So, and occasionally in the Julianne room. So, you know, and if you know of any places that would like to have some artwork,
we
let
got-
us know.
You might have, but when you're talking about artwork, you're talking about arts produced by local people,
Yes.
right? Local
Yes.
artists,
It's
from
artists.
whatever age group that you can
Any,
work with.
Right,
any
right.
age group,
We
any,
are
any
artists from
format,
our
right, any.
art center.
Well, we're redecorating our venue soon, and we would love to have.
Yeah.
We'll come.
We have a
For the
theme.
FEMA money to come.
We have a theme,
Well, we've already got some sourcing from Dee Dee here.
okay,
She knows the theme.
what's the theme?
It is coffee house meets
Oh.
Irish meeting room.
Irish meeting rooms for New York coffee house.
But again, there's just the information of these coffee houses, what it looks like, how they operate, what their decor was.
Yeah, they're actually.
My clickers don't.
They did a thing a couple weeks ago, and somebody really started.
So when people come to the common ground, we'll
Right,
explain a little bit more. We're not there yet, but when we get there sometime over the next several months, we're doing a whole new strategic plan and stuff we're working on. We want people to come into common ground and feel that, you know, feel that vibe and that ambiance.
Yeah.
And then we support that with music and theater and artists.
Are we gonna have coffee?
There's a copy of that.
There's a copy of them. There's no Irish blues, but.
Uh,
you can bring your own.
Yeah, sure.
Bring your own. We can't bring.
Don't drink, but I'm Irish. Do you have a board of directors like the art center
Yes, we
does?
do.
Okay. And how many people are they all artists? I mean, are they
No, they're
all
not, they really vary to different people around the community.
great?
The business
The
people.
business people and,
Real estate people.
yeah,
Artistic people. I couldn't even tell you the names of all of them.
That's okay.
anymore.
yeah, we haven't had a meeting in a long time because of the
Because
pandemic.
of the pandemic and the hurricane. Well.
So.
We'll have to call a meeting and see who shows up.
Yeah.
Right, right.
But we will be looking, you know, one of the things that we're trying to do is to reach out to the community and get more people involved. And it would be nice to have representation from other groups outside of our own group, you know, to help with the board and other initiatives. that we're-
Same thing here.
There you go.
Here. But anyway, so we, this show that's up here right now is our Black and White Plus One. And then we have another show going on, the Pastel in Paradise. We did have our reception 2 weeks ago. And it turned out very nice. It was a small show, but most of the turnout.
Yeah, tell everybody about your receptions and your,
Right.
because that's one of your really fun.
Oh,
events.
yeah. And, you know, we have gallery schedules, so if you would like to take a gallery schedule, I think we might need some copies.
It's on the
Um,
website.
It's on the website.
Don't give those trees.
And, we have a receiving coming Sunday, so this will come down and the new show will be going up, and then on Wednesday,
I have it down
I
there.
have to look on there, it's the reception, and our receptions are open to the
They're
public.
really nice.
They are free of charge. We have very good food and libations available. And no Irish whiskey, sorry. And they're fun evenings. We give out awards. We have a judge come in and judge the show, and we give out awards. And lately, we've been having the Children's Choice Award, and that's our youth department comes in and they pick their favorite, and that's really a neat thing, because it's from their heart. Things are really something. Our children's program is phenomenal. You have grandkids, their kids, their neighbors. We have free Saturdays during the school year from 10 to 11:30. And we have after-school classes. We've got, whoa, that's big, the summer program. We had a winter program this year, and we have homeschool. We have a class for the developmentally challenged adults. The Loveland Center comes here. And we also have one with Lotus, which are autistic children.
Yes.
And so we've got a very big variety. We have our veterans program, so any veterans, can get a scholarship for classes. And we have different workshops and classes, so they could take a 6-week class, they could come to a workshop. We have a scratch board veterans workshop coming up. And yeah, we just recently had a wood carving class, and that went over very well. So we have paint parties available, and the Sunshine Senior Group, which is one of those organizations that help people with their Medicare when they get, they sponsor a free paint party every month. And those really book out fast. It's on a Saturday afternoon. The next one is coming up on the 18th. And it's from 2:30 to 4:30, I think. And they are free for the first timers. And then if people want to come back again, it's something. So a lot of things going on. Go on our website, check it out. Come to our receptions and take part in the Art Center. Become a member, support the Art Center. And our memberships are very reasonable. They're $55 a year for a member, singles, and $75 for families. So a lot of opportunity there. So thank you very much. We enjoy having the conversations every month. with
Thank you,
staff,
Karen, and I
and
think you just
we're
showed
really
how
happy.
much
Yeah.
there is to offer here.
Yes.
That people
Yeah.
don't, I didn't even know that
Yeah.
any part of those.
Right, and also this year, we're doing a lot of collaboration, so every one of our gallery shows, we're collaborating with a nonprofit or a business, and there are opportunities to sponsor,
We can do that.
to sponsor one of our gallery shows and talk about your business, so.
Karen, are you still offering the summer camp
Yes,
program?
yeah, in fact, they're gonna be starting, soon.
March talk a little about that. I
Right.
think that's a great program.
Summer camp goes for 8 weeks. Kids come for a whole week. There's 2 classes. They have their morning session. They split them according to age, the morning session, and then they have their lunch break. And they switch classes and they have their afternoon session. And these kids learn not only about art, but the history of art and their projects and their artwork. Mr. Berry does a lot of unique things with them. We have a time machine where a famous artist comes through the time machine once a week.
As often as we can do it.
Right. And some of these kids think that's actually the person. So again, we can use people that would be willing to be one of these artists
Oh, dear.
to come in
Do that, go, you-
and dress the part or whatever. So, but they do just all kinds of things. They do tie-dye, they make paper.
And
Um,
each week is a different.
It's all different. The whole, and the schedule is out there so that if kids are more interested in a particular thing, it's happening week 3. So the parents are signing them up for week 3. There are kids that come the whole time, or there's kids that come just for 1 week, but
What's a scholarship cost?
what is it, 90 this year or 95?
I think it's 90.
It's 100 for non-members
Non-members.
and 90.
Yeah.
Sponsor a family or a child.
Right.
Yeah,
And
that's a
here's a really unique thing. We have a kids membership, a youth membership. And it's $25 a year to the youth, and they get discounted classes. And they will get to carry a little card, and the kids get a big kick out of that. Being able to have something to show that I'm a member of this organization. So, we're trying to spread out and do as much as we can with as many as we can. And That's what ours about.
Okay, I hate to interrupt you, but I want to make sure I introduce everybody who's here, so I don't forget. Because I had people sign in, so I wouldn't forget to introduce people. Wendy Namack is here, was a big supporter of the arts, so I was really glad to see you. Ron Dropkick is here. He's gonna play a few tunes.
Dropkick.
Sorry.
Dropkick goes way back.
Stephen Budd, who's from KDW, Common Ground, so they're gonna be talking about more about what's going on in our community radio. And then I have Steve and Sarah from the Bird's Eye
Studio, Northport Music and
Right.
Bird's Eye Studio.
Right,
Are you the one upstairs?
yeah, they're on this.
Yes.
And they're gonna talk more about where they're located exactly. So people
Upstairs.
know where.
Yeah, we have an elevator.
Yes.
Yes.
Across the walls, upstairs.
Well,
It's upstairs.
Then we have guests, of course, we have where Dee Dee is from the Art Center, Kathy, right? And we have
Gary and
Patricia, right? Who are just joining us. And then we have behind the camera, Don, who's my IT person, yes. This is Facebook Live and on YouTube, you said, right?
Mhm,
Yeah.
yep.
So I thought I would just, this song says a lot about what they hope to accomplish here tonight with all of you. What would you think if I sang out at you? Stand up and walk out on me. Lend me your ears and eyes. Try not to see how to keep me. Oh, I'll get by. I'm gonna try. To accomplish tonight, and with all of your help, we can bring some great cultural experiences to Northport. Let people know what we already have out there that they should be taking advantage of. And that will create these networks and start branching off to each other. And that's what I had in mind. All right, so since we started kind of a conversation with KDW, do you guys want to continue?
Yeah, sure,
And
yeah.
let us know where you, and it's really important when you tell us where you're physically located,
Okay,
not just give an address, but give some kind of reference, like
right.
what part of
I
town,
agree.
where is that?
In fact, I'm glad you said that, because one thing the newspaper sucked at.
Many
They do not explain where they talk about these places. They don't understand that most people aren't from here.
That's right.
Sure.
And they don't,
Yeah.
and people don't have a tendency to stay in one little area, like if people live on the eastern part of town,
Yeah.
Cedar Place, they never come to something in Price.
Exactly.
So when you're talking about an address, they like,
They-
where is that?
Yeah.
Right, even when I just had that tree workshop here and people called and said, where is Sam Shedpost Way? Before, but when I said, it's by where the Winn-Dixie used to be, oh, yeah. I know, but still, you know, they can reference it with something, so that's what I want you to do.
I think of it as Northport Boulevard myself.
Okay,
Anyway, I'm Bud Buckley. I'm running Common Ground, which is the music hall that's associated, well, it's part of WKW Radio. And we are located right next to the kindergarten prep building, you know where that is, down from Caddy Carts. It's a bright yellow building. Warm Mineral Spring Plaza, yeah. You'd have to turn off. If you're coming from this direction, you would turn off at the dollar store.
Right,
But you
Pat,
take the
right.
access road.
yeah,
If you're going the other way, you would have to go as if you were going down to Warm Mineral Springs itself, but then you take a quick right to the access road, and that's where we are. Anyway, I've been doing the open mic there for 7 years. Before that, I was a working musician. I'm a retired school teacher, by the way. But when I retired and came here, I started playing out a lot. Did that for about 10 years, did a lot of recording and where I'm from, Woodstock, New York. So the quality of the recordings is great, because I could hire really good people, you know, and so I'm just telling Ron has been a regular at our open mic nights. And so he knows, he asked me why I haven't been playing. It's because we got so popular at one point. To get everybody on the stage, I just dropped my set. I just stopped playing. At the same time, my thumbs got really arthritic. And, you know, I just haven't played in a long time. I'm planning on trying to get back to it. I need to see a series of doctors. I have a voice situation too. Anyway, Common Grounds is, as you said, I think you said it's a marriage of the old Irish meeting halls and the New York coffee houses from the 60s. Has that, and it's a listening room, and that's the key thing there. You don't go there to order a meal. There is a snack bar in the back, which you can tiptoe back to and get coffee and snacks and things like that. But there's comfortable seating, and you sit there and you listen and enjoy it, and there's no interruptions. The entertainers don't have to compete with waiters talking about what the specials are that night. And that's what one of the unique things about it. One of the cool things is that we welcome musicians of all varieties. Because we are broadcast on radio live, we're also broadcast on kdwradio.com, which goes worldwide. We've had as many as 30,000 worldwide listeners from 89 countries or something like that. And which blows my mind, because the ones in Europe it's in the middle of the night.
Right.
We
I
have,
just want to interrupt you for a second. When you say you welcome everybody,
yes.
that is true.
Oh, yeah.
I've been on that stage.
Oh, yeah.
No, but because sometimes when you go to open mics,
Yeah.
I'm intimidated because people they're really high
That's the
caliber,
point.
and I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
We
I
have
see
some
back
really-
out the door.
Really good people, like Ron, for instance, and welcome people who are just starting. We want that to be a place for them to feel what it's like, and we support that.
Yeah.
Do you have to be a musician?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. There have been people who say, can I play the tracks? And I say, no. Can they bring recorded tracks?
Right.
I'll say that, and I say no, because it's a live venue, and we want to emphasize live
Right.
music venue, not a karaoke joint.
Yeah. Right.
And, you know, sometimes I get some blowback on that, but I don't care, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, well, we've had people who need someone to play with them, and often we can find somebody who'll do that.
Mhm.
You know, we put them together with some guitarists
Right.
who will do that with them. And,
And you've had people pass through there that I was familiar with, like Mindy Simmons. For just a little information here, in I think it was 1996, I opened up a coffee cafe in Northport. Yes, everybody out there, Northport had a coffee cafe. And now it was right next to Quality TV when he built that building. I was his first tenant.
Yeah.
And my idea was to bring in musicians. We had, oh my God, I can't remember his name, Steve, he passed away, folk singer from Punta Gorda. But Mindy Simmons came through when she was just starting out.
Yeah.
And I paid all those musicians. They didn't just, play for tips. And unfortunately, a lot of times they played to a,
Yeah, we've had
which
that.
is why the coffee cafe isn't there anymore. But I knew I was ahead of my time there, because that's when the gourmet coffee was just starting to take off in the country. And people said, why would I want to pay $1? That's what it was. For that, I can go to McDonald's and get it for 50 cents. So, okay. I think I started in Tuesday. But I noticed there was some other people you had up there that I remember.
Yeah, we've had a
passing
lot
through.
of really famous people. The person who taught me up in the Woodstock area, Helena Botany, she was the international fingerstyle champion in 2014.
International what?
Fingerstyle champion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they have this event out in Kansas every year. She won that. And she came down with her significant other.
Okay.
employee, and that was a big name. RJ Malloy, our station master, he backed up a lot of really famous people, John Prine, Arlo Guthrie, people like that.
Wow.
He tried to get Arlo to come, and Arlo would love to come, but his contract says he needs 10 grand to do it.
Wow.
So that's why, you know.
Do you want to remind the people out there, or young people who Arlo Guthrie?
Oh, Guthrie, let me see, Woody Guthrie was a famous folk singer from the forties, I guess,
Who wrote
who
His
wrote
Land?
Slam is Your Land.
Right.
And many other things. His son Arlo succeeded him when he died of, what did he have? He had ALS, I think.
Something like
He
that.
had ALS.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
and Arlo became famous for the song called Alice's Restaurant.
yeah, I know that very well.
That's the one he's best known for.
Sung to me in high school over and over again.
Yeah, right. So, but we still get a lot of touring musicians who may not be well-known internationally, but they're well-known in, the touring, the people who tour and follow
Right.
tours. And we do that on Saturday, Friday or Saturday nights when they come through, and we sell tickets for that. That is really the only income we have other than passing the hat and running 50/50s and things like that, because open mic is, there's no admission. And it is BYOB, and so it's a great night to have a cheap date. You bring your own booze.
And when is the open mic again?
Wednesday night,
Wednesday, that's right.
if you're going to perform, you want to get there at 6:30 to sign up, and we go on the air at 7.
And do you still do that randomly? It's not the order you sign up, it's. you
No,
fill out of a
you
hat,
sign up in order, yeah.
Oh. And they play in order that they signed up?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, they do. Thank you for asking that question.
Yeah, because I think at one time you did pull names out of a hat.
Not me.
Oh, that was a while ago. I remember that. Yeah, because I would get there early because I was teaching.
I don't remember.
And I would
doing
be-
that.
That was the
Like-
50/50 when they were pulling the raffle.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Yes, we do have comedy. We're having comedy actually this Saturday night. This Friday night, we have a touring musician, Panda Pete. He's from Michigan. Really, he plays the ukulele, he's a wonderful voice. And we're hoping that we can get a crowd out to that. So if if you go to our website, best place to go is commongroundshall.com, and there's a ticket tab up there, and you hit that and it takes you to Eventbrite where you can buy a ticket. And it would be great to see you there, bring somebody with you.
Right.
We can't see, one of the problems is Panda Pete is wonderful, but he's not well known. So it's hard to sell tickets.
Some of you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is one of the struggles that we always have.
Now you do have clubs that meet there or groups,
Yes,
right?
thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, talk about that.
That was what I was supposed to talk about.
Well, he's concentrating right now on open mic because that's the
yes.
most popular thing we've got going right now.
Right.
But we're kind of gotten away from some of the things that we were doing earlier with more shows and meeting halls. So what we've got is you got WKDW radio, Common Grounds, under the umbrella of something called, what is it called? Community Broadcast Radio Association.
C-Broad.
So we are a communications company. Right, we're a 501c3
Okay.
nonprofit. And so what we're trying to do right now is develop a strategic plan on community outreach. RJ and myself just met with the city last week. Their marketing directing people. I meet with the Chamber of Commerce tomorrow. We want people to know the best kept secret in Northport, which is WKDW Radio Enterprises, kdwradio.com and Common Ground. We have a meeting hall that we want to rent out to communities that don't have places to meet. It doesn't matter what they are, could be school groups, could be
Right.
church groups, could be civic groups, could be nonprofits. It's open to everybody. The music calendar isn't just open mic. He says that we have touring acts in there too, but we have a lot of open space to put other things in there. We could put a country music show in there. We could put students. We could get students to come in there and perform. We have people, there's a show called Writers on the Air that broadcasts from there. So we can do some things on the theater side. We have to do some theater things. We play old time radio and stuff. So we're a meeting hall, we're a performance venue, and we're a communications company. And we're going to communicate that message to the community that we can not only have an FM radio broadcast, which we do for all of these venues, but we also on the internet, like you said, but we can stream on Facebook, we can do YouTube, we can do all those other things.
Mhm.
So we're right now building an organization. We're going to be putting out a volunteer drive to
Okay.
get more people in to help us with this initiative that we believe over the next 6 months is going to make Community Broadcasting Radio Association under WKDW and Common Ground, is well known.
Mhm.
We need to fill that hall. And we're gonna reach out to groups like this and other nonprofits to help them.
Right,
Because we can help communicate your message as well. There's nothing to say. We have a show, it's called Community Spotlight. Where we can bring people in from these groups and we can do an interview with them on the air. We can do them an interview on the air and we can talk about your programs and how to get in touch with you, but it's not just on the FM. We have the ability to put it on the internet and then we also have the opportunity to do it on social media.
Yeah,
And if we can do that with you, then you can do that with us. So we're cross-pollinating here and using each other's platforms to grow the Northport community. And we are called, our tagline is real community radio. But real community begins with people in the community.
yes.
And so we need more of it.
Now, can I ask you about your antenna?
It's working.
During the weekend,
Yeah.
it did go down, correct?
Yeah.
No,
We had a lightning strike.
still a lightning,
yeah.
but did you get a grant to harden that or something, or?
Yeah, we did get some grant money. We did a big fundraiser
Yeah,
at
we did.
Austin's. We're doing another one actually this
Yeah.
Saturday night at Austin's. To raise more money because there was a lot of damage there.
Right, and also I'm just thinking about the ability to communicate in the community, like with Ian.
Mhm.
I brought out my little radio and I did, but it was places like in Fort Myers or
Well, we can set
whatever.
up something with the city, okay, that is under development right now.
Okay,
And it's, the initials are BUTT, but it's nothing to do with that. Okay. Broadcast and whatever. And so what's gonna happen is that the city is going to be able to break into our radio feed, which will go on the internet as well on the FM station for any broadcasting of emergency
oh, okay,
information.
okay,
So anything that happens where they need to get out to the community and everybody's cell towers went down and so forth,
Yeah.
they're gonna be able to get linked right into our radio station.
right. Because that was a big problem,
Yeah.
as we all know.
Right.
The cell phone didn't work. I was lucky if I could text anybody, but I can get on that radio, but it wasn't anything local that I could find
Yeah,
out.
but
what
we're
was
gonna
going on.
fix that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And that's one of the things that we had the lightning strike and we had a fundraiser that we had to get a new transmitter and we had to get new equipment that got fried because of the lightning. And just when we were starting to get that up and running, then we had a flood, with the hurricane. And so we've got some other grant things going on with, and some FEMA money that we're looking at, so we can totally upgrade our facilities, improve our technical capability. We're gonna do some things in Common Grounds and make it more of what we want it to be in terms of the artistic look. So right now, we're on the move.
good.
And we're gonna be reaching out to the community a great deal for synergies.
Okay, what's the seating?
50.
Yeah, it's,
I think
that's not it.
I think the website says 60, but that's not
You know,
true.
really comfortably.
The fire marshal will be
Fine.
very upset if this.
Yeah, don't tell them.
Steve,
ULREY, Ulrey.
Ulrich,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right, so before we move on to Steve and Sarah, let's take a musical break here. Ron, do you have something for us? Yeah.
Would you like to play the guitar? Carry money in a jar. Run a coffee, sort a bar. The job. Job is the thing which is out of bed. Work every day till you're dead. The back is your breathing. Just can't wait till the weekend comes. But if you don't want to start to rob. Well, I have a job till I can play guitar. Drive for miles, miles and miles. Working that your big star. Agents, the guy, 20%. Says it always 1 minute. You should never. be good at it. Your numbers. Then you sue it, you can make it big. Guitar for a living party hard. Guitar Would you rather be in the world? It's you. It's you. It's so continuously in by the way it's like. It's fucking great. You can be trained to play guitar too. So do a whole lot better than you. Even if you don't go far, you could be worse off than you are. At least you play your guitar.
So is that something you have done at the Common Grounds or?
I don't have that one.
No, you didn't.
Oh,
You
really?
have to come and do that.
So
one.
here we go, we have an
He
exclusive.
just wrote that yesterday.
I'm not much of a songwriter, but I
that
like to
again,
take some of the
yeah.
lyrics of existing songs and then change the lyrics. up.
Right.
It's kind of
That was
fun.
perfect.
Those are fun.
I didn't write that one, though, somebody else did.
Oh, that was great. Thank you, Ron. Okay, we're gonna move to Steve and Sarah, and you're gonna tell us exactly.
But we're upstairs. Did you get that?
Yes, we're not upstairs from here.
Not for here.
If you walk
There's an elevator.
towards the corner between,
Well, first
What?
say where's the shopping center? What shopping center is it?
What is
no,
it?
no,
That's
it's
what-
Northport
the
Commons
Commons
2.
two, Northport Commons.
Most people
two.
have no idea what that is.
It's
Exactly.
diagonally across Tamiami from Lowe's.
Yeah.
But directly across from Culver's.
Culver's directly.
What I usually tell people is there's a lab core there, because most
Yeah,
people have
there's
gone
a
there for
quest-
blood.
there's a
Quest
Quest.
Diagnostics
Yeah.
is
Quest
downstairs.
Downstairs.
And we are
Upstairs.
upstairs above Quest
Center for Sight,
Diagnostics.
you got that Greek restaurant. you got
Yeah,
Mario's
that's over
Pizza
there.
place.
That's on the
Yeah,
other side.
Marco's Pizza,
No,
yeah.
that's our part.
Right.
You go through that little walkway.
Yeah.
If you walk
Yeah,
towards, into the corner.
Yeah.
Between Quest and
LabCorp.
LabCorp, there's a little plaza with a stairwell.
Yep.
And
And
an
an
elevator.
elevator
Thank you.
to go upstairs.
Great.
You go upstairs where we are. And you'll be able to find us because there's a piano outside in front of the doors. Our handyman, Tim, insisted we get a public piano.
And we did.
We did, and people make use of it frequently.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know what you do.
Oh,
We-
we're a
we-
music store
Okay, yeah.
and a education institution of music. There, we teach classes.
Mhm.
And we also have a studio,
A tiny performance venue, slash gallery.
where we have jams. At the moment, we're having jams the first Monday of
Of-
every month.
Mhm.
We were having it every week, and that was sort of not working out.
And
Yeah.
we
So-
started on Thursdays, but then, no, we started on Wednesdays. And then you guys opened up and we said, well, we don't wanna compete with
But
them.
you-
don't
So we
wanna-"
kept trying to find a day when it was free, when nobody else
performed?
was.
Jam
Where you
free,
perform
right?
it?
It's just jam. People come.
People show up, sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tend, it tends to be more electric.
Yes, it is. So I went. and
Right,
I said,
but
okay, this isn't for me.
Prior to that, it was really anybody who showed up, that's the way things went.
Went,
So
right.
we had, sometimes it was folk, sometimes there was one night, two girls showed up and wanted to sing music comedy.
Okay.
Music comedy, right. And we had, briefly, we had a little jazz thing happen, and that was great. That's more my thing. And hopefully, we'll be able to get to a point where we could specifically say, let's do a jazz
Right.
jam,
Yes.
and then have that kind of.
How do you
thing happen.
promote? How do you promote? How do you
Yeah,
get your-
never heard of
It's just on Facebook
Facebook.
and the website, and
Yeah, we have a website,
it
What
last
is your website?
music.
northportmusic.com.
The new name's gonna be the Upstairs Music Store.
No, we thought we should have named it that.
Good one.
We've had, it's funny, because we've had so much trouble getting people to look up,
Oh, the
because
Upstairs
nothing is
Store.
up. in Florida, we
I
discovered.
never knew there was an.
No,
outback.
see,
No.
no
I go
one
there
even
once
thinks
a
of
week.
it.
Right.
we thought we had it handled because the full name is Northport Music and Bird's Eye Studio. And I don't know if you know, there's,
eye view.
right,
Yeah, there you go. And so,
and,
That was too much to make that
People
connection.
that think
No,
too much,
no.
just say upstairs music.
upstairs,
Yeah.
upstairs music, that's what we should have done. But anyway,
Still done.
Lay now.
I mean, it's a great, great space and it's a wonderful, you know, the area is great. It's just getting people to look
Get
up.
up there.
We get calls from people that are in the parking lot. I'm here, but where are you?
Right.
I'm pulling on the doors, the doors aren't open.
I noticed
What's
though,
wrong with,
your sign is up high.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cause I was looking for it, cause I
Mhm.
saw the sign says music store, and I'm always looking for those. And I drove in and I'm driving around and I looked, and then I looked up and I saw it up above.
Yes.
It says
You should have a
Northport
sign
Music.
that says, look up.
Look up, I know.
And an
If-
arrow.
If Quest Diagnostics could let us put that on their window, that would be
Yeah.
great.
Just put an arrow, people will look up anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
we,
So-
when we had our grand opening there, which was about 5 months after we opened, the sign said, under one balcony, it said grand with arrows like this, and the other balcony said opening.
That actually was the first time I realized that there were units up there. I thought it was one of those fake facade things.
Uh-huh.
Me too.
And all these years that I've lived here, I just thought those were fake.
First time I went by myself to the space, before we had officially opened, I had to guide somebody from downstairs to the orthodontist who's up there.
Who's up
Oh,
there? There's a
okay.
physical therapist, there's an engineer,
That's
there's a
so
lawyer.
funny.
Yes,
A whole bunch of
there's
stuff
actually
up
quite a
there.
few things
Yeah,
up
I didn't
there.
know that.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I knew about the physical therapist. And now you.
Yeah.
Upstairs.
Upstairs.
How many students do you have?
I couldn't tell you. The teachers, basically, I provide the space and the teachers handle their own schedule.
No.
So there are hundreds.
It's very, very popular,
We have,
we have great teachers.
What's your demographic? Is it all over the board or is it?
no, people,
All of
I mean, even people come down from Venice because despite the fact they have a wonderful music store there,
Yours is better.
yes, of course, just better. No, but we stock different things and we cater to different people. And there's always free coffee.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
Like the
And we
rock-
have a great guitar tech who can fix and set up everybody's guitar. He's wonderful. People come for him. I mean, he's incredible, Scott. And we have a wonderful man that does the
Instrument repair,
instrument repair,
band instrument.
band
repair.
instruments.
So your students though, I mean, there could be children to adults.
They're children to
So
adults,
you've got it all.
all across the board.
Yeah, we had a guy that we haven't seen in a while coming today. He's in his 90s
Oh, my goodness.
and he was out because he got COVID at Thanksgiving and then he
Sorry,
got
I'm
some
not
kind
your
of
way. I apologize.
horrible form of COPD. But he was in looking to see if we had gotten the sheet music that he was interested in. And we did. Unfortunately, he wasn't specific enough, so.
I think we had a 4-year-old too, didn't we?
We do, we still
We
do.
still have a 4-year-old.
She,
She's still 4.
she shares lessons with her grandfather.
Oh,
So she takes the lesson as long as she can stand, and then he takes the rest of the half hour.
So she has 10 minutes and he has
What was
50.
she put on?
He plays guitar,
Oh, guitar.
Oh, my goodness.
and
Wow.
it could be anywhere from a minute to 20 minutes.
Do you see yourselves competing at all with the Rockbox or not?
No,
We're,
This is a whole
To me,
different-
that seems
We're
like a whole
friend-
different thing.
yeah, it is. We're friends.
Okay, well, good, and they're nice folks.
They are,
They
really
are.
nice.
yeah, I mean, on lessons, you can look at it that way, but,
This is enough to go around.
we have different teachers. And people
I mean, as
become,
someone that doesn't know you, but I know of them through being around and advertising and
Right.
all that kind of stuff. So I'm just wondering, and you know, it's a different.
And they have a real performance,
Oriented.
thing that they do, which is
Okay.
great. They have the facility.
Well, they have the facility, yeah.
And that's sort of well, it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Our, the way we focus the lessons, it's not that. It's
Good.
more just, you know.
But that's great.
That's
That's
right.
your niche and that
Yeah,
it's successful for you. Okay,
Right.
great, that's great.
All right, I wanted to be sure, because we have what, it's like 15 now? 15?
Yeah.
Patricia or Gary, is there anything you wanted to add? Like, what would you like to see in Northport that is not being offered? Or how, do you have any ideas how to make the things we have, stand out, get out there more?
Not at the moment. I do want to say for people who like to perform, we put our boat in by Indian Mound Park. And I did not know
Oh,
on Monday
Monday
nights.
nights, they're still
Yeah,
there.
they
I
have
used to go there.
5 to 8.
Yep.
They have, anybody could just come and sing.
But that you have to sign up and
Yeah,
you
you
wait.
have to sign
Yep.
up and.
I used to
on
do that
the
years
board.
ago.
And then they also have gospel on Sunday.
Okay, but Monday, it's not just
Monday,
bluegrass,
I think
it's
it's
anything.
anything.
That's right, but they have the mics and
So-
everything set up there. Somebody
Yeah.
does that, and I don't know who does that. That would be something I always wanted to see here in Northport, an outdoor venue. I know Ron and I have had this discussion because I used to, when I first learned how to play the guitar, I was going down to Punta Gorda for what they call their guitar army, and they had Gilchrist Park, and they just had all these groups, and you just went around to groups, say, okay, this one I'll sit
And we
with.
have so many
Some of them were really
wonderful
high
parks.
level, some of them were bluegrass, some of them were gospel, like you said, but, I gravitated towards some groups, and you just go around in a circle, and everybody plays, but you can join in and sing, and that's what I miss, that we don't have that here. I
And
mean,
we
I
have
know
such
people have
beautiful
started that.
parks. We have lots of
I think
beautiful
that's
parks.
something that's developable, with the city, and I'm not speaking for us officially.
Mhm.
I'm just saying that that's something that I could see us coordinating,
By senses.
with the different open mic nights and the different performances that we have on a periodic basis to organize it and make it an event at City Hall on the grounds,
Yes,
you know?
that would
Oh,
be
that'd be
perfect.
great.
And then we could,
And I don't know why we couldn't, because what you're talking about at Indian Mounds, they have that pavilion, and I don't know, that's Charlotte County, how they have that arrangement that they have that
Yeah.
every Monday.
I did think of one thing I'd like to see. So I write poetry
Mm-hmm.
and I attend the class,
Oh,
poetry class here once a month.
It's a great
And I
society.
have,
Writers on the air with.
I have come to,
Oh, good.
I've read there too. So I don't think there's enough of that,
for poetry.
that
And
going
you're
on.
saying here, you mean here at the Northport Arts Center?
Here or other
Well, they
venues,
come very
poetry
often,
groups,
once a
so.
month.
They come,
Yeah, they're here,
they
they're here
read
once a
about
something
month.
here?
They read
Okay.
about winners, don't they? Don't they
Already
pick,
here.
don't they usually pick a
Yes,
picture?
they do, but I'm not talking about the Arts Council,
Okay.
I'm talking about other places besides here.
Just to do poetry,
Mhm.
yeah.
Well,
But
you
yeah,
get
I
enough
love-
people and we'll, schedule a night, at the Common Towns.
There's some very
Facility.
good
Yeah.
poets in there.
We could make that an evening, because we have the hall available, you know?
And that would be something that could be broadcast, right?
Yeah,
it could be,
Broadcast that,
yeah.
right.
And, it certainly could be, even if you had a club, that you developed a poetry club and you wanted to have a place to meet and read, you could do it at that hall.
But I'd definitely like to see something done at the City Center Green for.
That would be so cool.
Well,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
plans to develop any permanent structures there, like,
A van shell or something?
not
No,
just
no.
a gazebo or something?
No, No, that is really designed so it can accommodate festivals that are there and they don't have
Yeah, they
anything.
put stages up for periodically. for
Right,
events.
and that, but
They
they're
take them down
portable,
temporarily.
yeah, right. There's no plans for an amphitheater there at all,
Yeah, they're both up.
yeah.
But there could be other locations.
But
where-
you don't really need that if what you're talking about, you want similar to Gilchrist, that, they had that big gazebo, and that was like a big crowd
Yeah.
there, and that was Mike Kamens, right? Was that his name? And but they played a certain kind of music, but if you wanted to do others, you were able just to walk around and sit with somebody else, or just stand there and play with them, right, Ron? Is that
One of the
how it was?
challenges that they had is that, or one of the benefits they had is people could drive their cars up on the grass.
Yes,
And that was a big thing, because we carried
yes,
equipment,
yes.
and it would create windbreaks on the cold days, and then they changed all that and didn't allow it anymore, and it almost died.
And did it move to the history park?
They didn't move to History Park, they were still performing at Gilchrist still.
Oh, they are, on
Yeah,
Thursday.
On Thursday, night. And
Oh, okay.
also Song Circle on Saturday.
Okay, okay. But yeah, that's something I definitely would wanna work on, so, the poetry and also having, a venue
There's a
like
lot
that.
of music, but there's not a lot of poetry. I
Right,
mean, I love the group here, but
Yes.
there's none other places than I don't have any groups, so,
right.
and it's a few.
Even if we weren't directly involved in any of this,
Mm-hmm,
this is the type of thing that we can communicate,
right,
through our station and our broadcast platform.
yes,
Yeah,
Because we want to connect community calendars, what's going on in Northport. And
Yeah.
what we are developing the way to communicate those calendars out to the community and link them to other places so people go to find these.
right,
in fact,
a community calendar. Is that what you're
Right,
talking about?
yeah, we'd be interested in going, but we have no idea where
Where's
they
that?
are, when they are, or
We're kind
anything
of
else.
new here, and the first year was COVID,
Right,
and the second year, we wouldn't even talk about that one.
I know, because I know the city has a,
Oh,
Karen,
we'll have-
Karen, yeah, hold on. If you have something to share, I want you to share it with all of us, so we know what you guys are talking about this, so I don't miss anything, as we're running out of time. But a community calendar is really, really vital, because I know the city only posts city things, and there's nothing that other groups are doing unless you, right, Wendy, unless you spot things.
Well, and it's free
Yeah.
on
They
the
do
paper.
list the link to the chambers.
I know, but that,
The chamber has a
They
community
do.
calendar
and
that people can put
If
it.
you're
Well,
a member.
then we're gonna have to talk, because
If
I've
you're a
never been
member.
able to get anything
I'm
listed on
meeting
there.
with
Yeah,
Jim
I'll say right
tomorrow.
now, yeah, if
And
you're
that's
a
one of the
member.
things
I
that
If you're
just
a member.
saw things on
And
Facebook.
there are
Yeah.
also
We're new and we
regional
try to
and
go to
state
things.
calendars that you can plug into very easily. But it takes somebody actually has to have a job to do that. It can be a full-time job.
It
There's
just
so
needs,
many
like,
different
And that's where you don't.
you know, like was said, a community calendar, because other places, when I did my, the farmer's market in Punta Gorda, they advertised everything and anything going on in that city. It didn't matter if it was a city event, didn't matter who was putting it on. They had banners and signs, and then you go into City Hall and they had everybody's thing in there, and they had one big calendar of what was going on, whether or not it was Punta Gorda business or not.
I have the opportunity between sets, because it's live radio, takes time for people to get their stuff on stage. Sometimes they don't tune properly and
Right,
so I'm killing dead air.
yeah.
I can fill it with announcements like
He's
that.
not a comedian, so
No.
he needs stuff.
So if people gave me announcements to do, I could do it.
We
Right,
do public service announcements.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
oh, okay,
We do that
okay.
anyway.
But you just have to get it to me, I'll have it, and I'll, I'll have
But you
something.
would do it specifically on Wednesday nights, when you
Yes.
do open mic?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Have we got enough time for me to tell you about one other thing going on in Northport?
Yeah,
It's called Art in the Afternoon,
art in the
and
afternoon,
it's spawned in
it's
Island
like
Walk,
AA.
AITA.
I know.
What they do is they have community artists create a piece of art, not unlike what you see here.
Oh, yeah.
They don't show it to anybody. They recruit 2 storytellers for each piece of art. And they come up and they give a 3-minute short story on the piece of art. And then they have a musician who links a song to the piece of art. And they've been wildly successful.
But isn't that close to residents?
Well, it was. They moved it because it's too big. The last ones this year now have been at the Venice Library. And whether or not it's Island Walk or not, I think it's a great opportunity
It is
to
a
do
great
something
Why
similar.
don't they do it at Shannon Staub
Well,
Library?
why don't you do it here?
Because that's in,
I mean, you got a
Yeah.
perfect situation right here.
Right,
I could give you the contact and you could share information.
I'm just talking about other venues
Yeah.
that in Northport, not Venice, because I'm such a Northport person.
Yeah.
And I want to keep it, because all that stuff up there is still Northport.
Yeah.
And
it Was that improvised? If they would just look at it and tell a story like off the
That's a
top of
great
their
No,
head?
we all, when I'm the musician, I'm playing in March, I'm the musician in March, and I got the pictures, 2 months ago. So I've got them all picked out and I'm practicing, I'm ready
But
to go.
that could be something that could be done. Karen, are you listening?
Yes.
That is something that could be done maybe in a park so that people would gather and say, what is going on over there? And here's the Northport Art Center putting on this, what do you call it? Art in the
Art in the
afternoon?
afternoon is what they call it. It did start out as an island walk thing, but I believe it's too big. We had 300 people showing up at our each one now.
Wow.
This is go ahead.
They have had some plein air demonstrations that they've done down on the city green, which has been very, very nice. The thing that happens with a lot of things in Northport is there's not enough advance notice. You have all of these annualized functions
Yeah.
that are going on every year at
Right.
certain times. And so they aren't getting enough publicity out there, but those were very well received.
Right.
And, you know, could also be done with the same kind of
Right.
That's a
you know,
problem.
one of the big things that I have is this community, instead of this being the art center, it should be the arts plural center.
Yes.
Exactly.
Instead of us having the
Plural.
art advisory board, we need to have the arts and culture
Mhm.
advisory board,
Right.
of which I happen to be
Yeah.
chair.
You
And I
have to be
know-
what, Wendy?
I'm the chair.
You're the chair.
Well, I think it's a good chair for you.
Okay, so we're gonna have to wrap this up because we have what? We have 4 minutes. So, does anybody want to?
I just say, we're glad we came here because RJ Malloy asked Bud to be here and he asked me to be here because of part of our community outreach program. But what we're hearing here is exactly where we want to be.
Yeah.
We are a communication company, so we need to take advantage of our communication tools to help link all of these activities and all of these organizations together to get the message out so that we do get advance notice, so people know what's going on.
Right.
And maybe we can become the epicenter of that. And
Right.
so we're gonna take that back to him and say, this is what the feedback was. It kind of fits right down the lane that we're going right
Right.
now.
Now, can I just ask you, can you do remote?
Yes,
Oh, you can.
They do it all the time. They come to chamber things.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because that would be something if you did this art in the afternoon, broadcasting
I
from,
think we're gonna do
Come on
remote for the
down.
Freedom
And we do
Festival.
Facebook Live too, so people can watch it as well.
but you can do that remotely. You don't have to be
Yeah.
in
Right.
your
Right.
location.
I
Okay.
think we're gonna be at the Freedom Festival this year. We're gonna
Yes.
do remote
Another thing
broadcasting
I'd
from
like
there.
to see is choir groups. I don't know how anybody would start one, I certainly can, but I've been looking, because I used to sing for about 10 years. And I don't see,
Wendy, do you know about the women's, do we still have a women's chorale in here or
Yeah.
something?
There's
Choir?
no
Who knows about
chorale.
that?
Around the Northport
Chorale.
Art,
Yeah, the Northport
Mary,
Chorale.
our
I know, but I
treasurer is
sent
with the
them-
chorale.
messages, they said contact
talking
us.
about the one at the Northport.
Oh, nobody
Performing
ever
Arts
did.
Center.
No,
Yeah.
Yes.
that nobody
I
ever
will say, they
called.
There's a
just got a
corral.
brand new director. They're kind of they kind of, because of the pandemic and them not being able to play and they kind of, I won't say disbanded because they've always been a group, but they're finally getting things back together.
Back on their
They have a
feet.
brand new director who was
Is that Alan
a,
Bria?
he was actually a Broadway
Oh, okay.
producer, director, and he's in there and he's really up in their game. They're doing background scenery and all kind of stuff. So please just try again. Because of the pandemic, a lot of these groups, they're all
I did see that they
nonprofits,
had
yeah.
a director, but I didn't put together, well, maybe they just don't have time to write. me.
No, they're just so busy reorganizing and getting back into the swing of things. Because they're actually our nonprofit partner for our next art show, so that's
Oh,
how I know.
and what is
because I've
their
been
name, the
talking to
Northport
The
Chorale?
Northport Chorale, they're
Is
part of
Chorale.
the Three Lakes of the Northport Performing Arts
Right.
Association.
Oh, okay.
And see, there's another
And then
venue
there's the
that we
Northport
didn't bring in
Symphony
tonight.
and the
is-
Northport
is-
Concert.
Right.
Yeah, the symphony wasn't really brought into this group, but talk about another nonprofit that doesn't have a lot of money, you know, and everything, and it's just like another cultural experience, just because they have it at the Performing Arts
Right.
Center, doesn't mean that it doesn't have an offering for
Right.
if they don't get a hold of you, go to their ticket booth in front of Northport High School, it's right there on the high school grounds.
Yes.
Buy a ticket to the chorale concert. When it's over, go walk up to the stage and talk to the director.
That's
No, I'm
right.
a symphony,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
a symphony promoter, I mean, I'm,
Okay.
I'm a, yeah, and that's personal.
All right, I want to thank all of you for coming. Ron, do you want to take us out with something? Do you have a selection there? Yeah, and then we'll just fade away.
Old Country Joe and the
No,
Fish.
we're not gonna fade away. We have our
that one.
tab.
And they changed the lyrics. Oh, come on, all you retirees. Florida fits to a T. Out of the box now, that's the key. Now's the time to set yourself free. Get up from your nap, lots to get done. We're gonna have a lot of fun. And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we living here? Just ask me to tell you why, and I'll make it very clear. And it's 5, 6, 7. It's a brand new day. Well, there ain't no time to wonder why. We're all gonna play. Come on, kids, let's move fast. Your big chance has come at last. Quit your jobs, put them in the past. Live your life, it'll be a blast. Count your blessings one by one before your life is done. It's 1, 2, 3. Why are you living here? Just ask me to tell you why. I'll make it very clear. And it's 5, 6, 7. It's a brand new day. Well, there ain't no time to wonder why. We'll be where I'm gonna play. I'll leave it at that.
All right. All right, thank you all.
Thank you so much, Alex.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.